What's going on, everyone? Darkwater here, and welcome back to Airport's CEO and a recreation of the Salt Lake City International Airport. And we still have just kind of a traffic jam. But with this large of an airport, this many gates, and only 2 runways, there's not a whole lot we can do. There's 4,500 people in the airport right now at midnight, so yeah, things are a little on the busy side. We've got a bunch of shops over on the far end that we added in the last time. Everything is still open. Yeah, so contracts. Time to kind of work on the central area here. So I guess where to start? I'm going to start on the top side here. We're going to have to tweak things a little bit. Over here, there is the Vessel Kitchen, along with the SLC Public Market. And then going further down, there is a No Boundaries and a Giftology. No Boundaries is a outdoor equipment, gear, and apparel. And then Giftology is kind of a local handcrafted jewelry and gifts and the like. So that's down over here by the elevator. I'm going to do a single shop for all of that, which means I'm going to have to pause because there's a wall in the middle, and that's a little problematic. So we're just going to do a single. Let's try that again, shall we? We're going to do just a single shop all the way down. I'm glad I remembered that I added the elevators in. We'll go ahead and rezone everything as secure. There we go. Vessel we're not going to do. We've got a PF Chang's right next door, so if they're hungry, they can go there. Opposite that, there's a Burger King and a protein bar. Yeah, there's the protein bar and kitchen opposite that. So there are places to eat if people want to eat. The SLC Public Market, snacks, drinks, shirts, clothing, local souvenirs, things that say Salt Lake City on it, as you would expect. There's a self-checkout on the right near the door, so I guess we'll do it there. Why not? It says we don't actually have self-check, but that'll work. There's a couple shelves back there. There's a bunch of cold cases along the back, which I probably should have done before I added that. Looks like there's a door to storage in the back, but we will forego that. On this side, it looks like there's books, magazines, probably some crossword puzzles, some Sudoku if you want. There's a bunch of neck pillows up in the front corner hanging on a pedestal. And then there's a couple larger tables with, you know, your sweatshirts. According to the picture I'm looking at here, what's the date on that? June of 2025. You can get sweatshirts for $19.99 each if you need a sweatshirt. So we'll grab this tile and roll it all the way through, and boom, we've got our public market. I don't want that. Need to figure out this area. So next to the bathrooms. Oh. There's not a stand down there. Okay. That makes me feel better. Ooh. The food places run to the end of the wall. So there's where all the seating is, and then you've got your Burger King protein place. So tell you what, give me this. I don't want the... Confused, hold on. Put you there. Okay, yeah, I'm good with that. So the Burger King ends here. Couple shops, but there's also escalators up to the next floor, which reminds me I should probably build the next floor. There is the Delta Sky Lounge up here. And you know what? We're just going to build all this. All of this that I haven't built at this point. So I'll have bathrooms to add in. Ooh. Where's the floor change? Because it looks like the two wings, so this side and this side are all at the level we currently have. Actually, this central area goes up one more floor, but I can't build up here, so we're going to leave it at this floor. We're going to build... Wait, how did that happen? How did I do that? I don't know how it just built hanging off like that. We're going to build there, there. What is... Ooh. I think that's central. 23. I think we're going to build it out to here. The vast majority of this is just not going to be used, which is fine. I'm going to take out the interior walls there, because I don't actually know where the Delta Lounge is running. If you're looking this... Well, you know, I could actually build this. Oh, hold on. Let's take out that wall, because that wall doesn't need to exist. Where is the entry? There. Or exit. Need a window. Window. That's roughly aligned here. That centered? Yes. And then we'll do there and there. And then it looks... I did not mean to put the window there, that's for sure. One other 4? Yeah, that'll work. Hold on. Why is this off? Oh, I already added the... Okay. I added the window already on both sides. That's why. Take that out. Give me... Can I get 2 large ones? There we go. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2. So you need to go. And it goes here. build all this that we never built whenever we were... Oh, we don't even have walls up here. I believe there are windows along this walkway. And we'll take that there. Perfect. So you can come up here and you can overlook the transition between the security and unsecure sides. And as you're looking down here, they've got art kind of on the walls. It's textured to kind of look like you're looking down a canyon. And then if you're on this floor and you're say you're Karen here and you're looking down this way, on the floor above this, which would be this floor, there are windows along here and along on the right hand side. And so I assume there's probably offices or something to that effect. Out of curiosity, I might redo that walk area. Where do those windows go? Yeah, part of it's going to be the Delta Suites. Okay, so the canyon walls run light along basically this wall here and this wall that would come straight to the corner here. And so you can look down there, but above the canyony walls, there are, it looks like there's a walking path, for lack of better terms. But you can see the windows up above in the central area here. Okay, so that we will continue on. Let's get our Burger King and our protein. I keep wanting to call it the protein house, and I know that's not correct. The protein bar and grill. The protein bar and grill has a tiny entryway, and then it's got part of me wants to assume there's a kitchen. I haven't seen a kitchen back on this side. We'll do the kitchen in the Burger King itself. We should probably go ahead and zone this whole thing first, since we're doing it as a single shop. But in the protein bar and kitchen, they've got healthy wraps, they've got burritos, they've got like quinoa bowls and the like. There's a place over on the back wall for grab and go drinks. There is a kitchen. Yeah, there's a door back there and a pass through on the right hand side. We've got the space. Go ahead and add a couple cooking stations. 1, 2, 3. Wall to say there. We'll wall down. We'll grab a door right there. And then I don't see any seating, which is interesting. What's the date? Oh, that is October. Okay, hold the phone. Okay, they've overhauled it. Let's try this again. See, you have to be careful as to which pictures you're looking at. kitchen's in the back now. The one I was looking for was apparently before they renovated, because this is from 6 months ago, so I'm trusting this one a little bit more. We will do cooking stations on the back wall. So 1, 2, that's probably fine. It's not a big space. There's a wall like so. There's a door over here. The counter, there's a wall that kind of comes forward to there. There's a door there that takes you from the kitchen into the where the registers are. So we'll do a register there. We'll do one more there. We'll do a counter and counter. We will run the wall right along here. There's a small wall here. And there is grab and go sodas and quick. I wanted to call it quick bites, but that's essentially what it is. There's some chips and whatnot there. There is some seating. It's over on this side. White tables and kind of yellow, nope, roundish. So white and or yellow. Something closer to that. And there's little seating back there. Nope. Take that chair out. There we go. And then this is just kind of gray tiled through like so. And boom, we have our protein area. And then we've got Burger King, which is probably a lot bigger than it needs to be, but it's fine. Kitchen's on the far right. Registers are on the far right. There's a walkway on the left-hand side. There is some booth seating over on the left. So give me some wall. We'll run something like there. There is a hedge, or there's some kind of plant area there. Kind of looking at the seating area. Yeah, there's booths along here as well. So give me straight ones and 1, 2 with a table. Normally I would be coloring these, but they're actually different colors. It's kind of a separator there. And then there's a separator over here. And then you've got the actual line queue area and where you could place your order. That's a shop. Counter there. Wall. Counter. There's a door in the back left. This wall comes up. Oh, no. Wait. What? Oh, you don't exist there. There we go. Guess I could probably speed things up. Yeah, there's just going to be a whole bunch of space back here. There's a hallway. It looks like that takes you back to the kitchens. And then there's some oh, wrong side. Back here. Why is that curved? Okay. Give me some sandwiches. In lieu of soda machine, we'll do a coffee machine, and we'll throw in a little bit more counter space. There we go. Oh, I should probably add a door. And then you've got the kitchen where your burgers are being made, your fries, whatever you need. And then just a bunch of tables and chairs. It's like white. But then there's kind of a darker orangish color for some of the booths. There we go. And tables, chairs I could probably grab from somewhere. Yeah, you guys. Oh, if I were smart, I would have changed the color of things prior to. The chairs are white. Chairs are white with like orange colored supports. There we go. And so we've got ourselves a Burger King hardwood tile. Just regular old square tile. And we do have a Burger King in this list. I know that. There's a Hungry Jack's, but I thought there was a Burger King. There it is. You know what? We'll even put the good old Burger King logo in here so you can have it your way. So that takes care of those two restaurants. Now we get into the messier area. Suddenly rethinking the layout here. Yeah, get rid of that. We're gonna zone you as a shop. Forgot I put that little piece of wall there in the corner. Nope, nope, nope. I want this. Okay. Reason why I'm doing that is there are two shops opposite the two shops up here. There is a Tech to Go. no tech on the go, and there's a TwoMe, so you've got your travel luggage bags and whatnot, and then all of your electronic needs. And then across from that, you've got your giftology and stick it all the way to the wall, I think. You've got your giftology and there we go. The no boundaries. In this little area is where the space for the Delta Sky Lounge is. And there's an escalator and an elevator. Actually, there's also stairs. We're going to use the stairs. They go... If I could use the correct key. Oh, I don't have it zoned upstairs. Let's at least zone this as secure. Sure. Okay. Give me some stairs. Yes, there. There is also an elevator that takes you up. I guess that'll work. No, I want to go over one square. It's going to cut into the shop, but I don't think that's going to matter. Because we're not doing anything else on this floor, with the exception of just allowing it to go up to the Delta Sky Lounge area. And the lounge access will be on the floor above. And if I can put my door in the correct place, there we go. That's a person, not a door. There we go. Jeez. I'm going to leave that the way it is. I haven't messed with looking at the lounges at this point. Who's struggling getting places? You can't get out of security. I can't do anything about that, bud. Okay, let's start with the no boundaries, I guess. So you've got a bunch of apparel, a bunch of clothing. Give me shops. Looks like there's kind of a stock area in the back right corner. And then in front of that is the register. Bump you to the left a little bit. As for the giftology, looks like the register is basically in the back middle. Put you there. We're going to square this off there, square that off there, and giftology is not very big. So we'll do that, and then we'll do a little wall like there, and put a door back there to go into the stock room. There we go. No boundaries. They have kind of two decent-sized tables up at the front. One there, one there. Bunch of shirts on it, folded up all nice. You got some hanging shirts kind of on the outer edges there. And then likewise there, and looks like a bunch of Hawaiian shirts, that's for sure. Something like that. And then up on the very front corner, there is a mannequin. Actually, there's two of them, but we've got space for a mannequin. Give me the pilot. And sure, there we go. And that'll wrap up the no boundaries. The gift shop has a bunch of stuff on the walls. If I could go back to... No. Do that. Because there's a big... I don't want to call it wall display, but that's essentially what it is. With with their logo on it. Nope, that's nice. I want a wall. And so you've got a bunch of just unique handcrafted stuff. And I think that'll work for us. The flooring here is pretty much like the white marble, if you will. In the giftology, looks like it's a dark tile. We'll go through there. I can go ahead and carpet you. As for across the way, we have the Toomey, which is on the left side, right side. It's on the right side. And then the Tech to Go is on the left. The Tech to Go reminds me of like a Apple iStore, if you will. And then Toomey is a little bit bigger. Register, kind of like that, and then this register's all the way in the very back corner. Toomey has a couple pedestals up in the front with some hanging bags on it, purses. I don't want to say attaché, but attaché cases. And then there's some ones along the back wall. Then on this side, you've got kind of a mixture of your regular tech that you would expect to see at a tech store. You've got your headphones, your earbuds, chargers. Go. We'll just run the wall right there. Got white tile, and you're kind of just a solid marble-esque. There we go. You guys are still working on the Burger King. Oh, that's right, because you guys are still dealing with all this. Okay. That takes care of the shops. At least we also have in place the area that we're going up to the floor above. I think I want to do one last area, and that's the area up top here. On the left-hand side is the Roosters Brewing Company. And on the right-hand side is the Market Street Grill. And There's a little seating area in the middle, so let's grab a food room. There's seating area in the front here. Oh, I don't even have this as secure. There we go. The seating runs all the way to the window. On both sides, there's kind of a bar area in the corner. I'm going to decide how I'm building this. Food room. Oh, that's going to be a problem. Guess we can go to there. Give me Windows for a second. We'll start with Windows first. We'll do that. I think I could math that better. Hold on. Let's take those out. Give me a small one there. Give me a large and a large. Oh, that works. There we go. Okay, happier with that. I'm looking at the left, looking at the right, and I feel like those two are not aligned, but I'm sure they are. I don't like this. Because, I don't like this at all. There is a bar right here. And it's up against the windows. Trying to decide if I want to do something drastic. I think I am. Let's do it. We're going to take out that. We're going to take out that. Sure. Go up a floor. We'll take that out. We'll take that out. Go down a floor. Oh, that's going to be bad. We're going to take out those. The reason why I'm being bothersome about it is I can't take the shop or the food room to the left any further because this is technically an international zone, which I can't pass over. No. To there. Knew I could math that. And then window there, window there. Two small windows there and there. Okay, I am content. I need to make sure that this service road exists, though. There. Perfect. I know, it didn't need to be that way, but I'm vastly more content with it this way. Kitchen's on the back right, kitchen's on the back left. There's a seating area up in this front side. There's the bar and a seating area. We're going to take you across to... not there. We're going to take you across to there. The pass-through for the kitchen is right here. There is... Is there a shop on that corner? No. There's a Johnston Murray that lives right there that obviously we're not going to cram in. Give me a door to the kitchen. Right there. And then there is an eating area. There's a few tables, chairs right up here. Give me... Is there a... Why am I thinking there's plants there? No, there's plants in the middle. That's what I'm recalling. There is a small half fence, if you will. Okay, we're going to start in the corner, I think. It's kind of a U-shaped bar area. Looks like there's stools all the way around, so give me some stools. Make sure we are smart and leave enough space. Stools like that. Looks like they're red. And run counter like so. We will bring it around. Need a cash register somewhere like there. 1, 2, yeah, that'll work. Nope, not there. Beer taps are on the back wall. Probably more space in the middle than there needs to be, but that's okay. I do need to make sure that gets zoned. We will grab chairs. Go. And then some interesting flooring. Along the walkway that's kind of in alignment with this wall, I'm going to add... I'm going to do a small wall. Give me a little counter area here that staff uses whenever they're, grabbing food and whatnot. And then over in alignment here, that bar could be so much bigger, but it's not. And I'm not gonna shrink this up any more than it already is. There are laptop tables. It's basically just kind of bar seating area. Do that, we'll do that, and then some small tables and chairs, and I'm gonna fill the area here with tables and chairs just to fill the area. Looks like dark woodish colored tables and black chairs. So go, and you are all black. The bar is black, but since I can't color the register, I'm not gonna. I was gonna say I'm not gonna paint the rest of it. So we're just gonna leave that as it is. Darker woodish color table, there we go. And we'll just fill in the space with some tables, chairs. And that'll work for us. Flooring. This center tile does continue through. Goes pretty far out. Does that flooring? No, that's about it. Restaurants probably a little further back, but I'm not gonna tweak on it. Rest of the flooring through this area is the same light colored tile that we've been doing. The area in here, it looks like it's a dark tile. I don't think I want to do this black, do I? I think that's not horrific. What is the... bar area? Same thing. Same thing except around the bar itself. So we're going to do that, like that. And then there's a weird... with the white tile. I think that'll work for us. Let's throw in a couple cooking stations in here. That'll take care of that side. So Roosters is squared away. And then for the Market Street Grill, rotate that way. There's seating up in the front here. Gonna take this wall out. We're gonna run this wall forward and back. So there's seating in the front, there's a bar in the middle here, there's a door to the kitchen back over here. Go. And so the bar basically ends at that wall, so we'll come through with some beer taps. That is that way. Do 3 and then kind of come forward and over and like so. We will get a register on this side and that'll be okay. Door is just next to the kitchen area and the rest is seating. It looks like there's a menu up here. It looks like it's all table service. So you just sit at the table and they'll take care of you. And then there's kind of a short glass partition, if you will. Give me a window. Window might work. Something like that. And then in the back area up against the... Oh, that does actually go all the way through. Actually, we'll take it to there. And then just big old seating area back there. So give me you. And this tables, walkway, chair, table, booth. And then it looks like it curves around, which is interesting. And then there's space down here, just tables, chairs. You go there. It looks like it's a dark purple. Something like that. I'd like to see something with a little different color. Give me you. Bar seating, it looks like it's like a brown leather. Something like that. And then just brown leather chairs and looks like black tables all the way throughout the rest. So give me... I guess we'll grab you. They're all square-backed. No, they're not. They are rounded. Hey! We handled an emergency. There we go. Give me the modern ones. That's what we want. And black. There we go. That's not what we want. There we go. Grab all of it. There is a whole bunch of seating in here, so... As for the area over here, looks like the ones up against the glass are the same kind as the rest of the area. The ones here are a different color. Why am I doing it that way? I need a table in here. There we go. And E. We'll see if the game is okay with that. The chairs also are a little bit lighter shade of... It looks very velvety, if you will. Right. And that kind of wraps up this one. Now, the flooring is interesting to say the least. It's wood, it looks like. However, there is a striping within the wood, except for under where the bar is. The bar has... looks like it's tan tile, but I don't really have a tan tile. We'll do that. But it's a light... black. There's a border there. It alternates with a light wood stripe in here. So I guess we'll run it every 2. Go, and then something like that. And so that'll give us our 2 restaurants in the front mill. Do we have anything 5-star-ish? No. Oh, we do have a PF Chang's. Okay. We'll go with Red Lobster. Why not? As for the central area, as you're kind of walking through, there is information as you come through the from the front. And then there's a bunch of tables and chairs throughout. There are a couple plants on the side and a couple armchairs in the back. I don't really want to put information right there in the middle, to be honest. Give me... It's kind of a walkway area. I'm probably going to enlarge that tile. I don't like how narrow that is. I'm going to do that. Give me the palms. There's a couple different height variations on those. And then there's just a bunch of just basic tables and chairs throughout the middle. Everything's white on those. So let's grab that. And then there's a little bit of walkway space. Let's bump this down to there and to there. And then in the middle, there's basically more tables, chairs. Nope. There we go. And then down here, there's a couple of nice, modern-looking, comfortable chairs that are kind of around. Looks like they're a gray color. Kind of a dark charcoal, if you will. Something like that. And over here in the corner, there's a little baby grand piano. And I guess we'll use this in lieu of our baby grand piano. So if you're ever in the airport, you could... I suppose you could play if you have that kind of ability to, actually play the piano. Maybe people would appreciate a little bit of music. But that's kind of the central hub of the restaurants. We've got our shops. We've got a food court area with a couple shops, and I still am trying to figure out what I'm doing with this corner, because this corner is going to be a little bit of a nightmare. But that'll be for the next time. What's the problem over here, guys? Is it because this door is wrong? I will fix this door, and then maybe, just maybe, you guys will be able to access things. There we go. Yeah. Hey, look. Now you guys can exit and go on about your day. But hopefully next time we will wrap up the shops in the central area. There's not a whole lot after that. Particularly going to be working up here, getting probably the offices. I think I'm going to put right over on this side. We've got a couple bathrooms to add. We've got the Delta Sky Lounge along with the other lounges over here. There's a Delta and I think it's an Amex Centurion Lounge that's over on this side. So that'll take place as well. But thank you all for watching. I appreciate you guys for stopping by, checking out some more Airport CEO, and as always, I hope you guys have yourselves an amazing day.